Not since 2005 has the Formula Drift Championship been to the Midwest. But with the addition of Gateway Motorsports Park as a new venue for 2018, the Midwest fans are going to be treated to some of the best drifting in the world. James Deane is building his lead as he has come off back-to-back wins in New Jersey and Seattle. It's Deane versus them if someone wants to dethrone the champ. It's time to get humid as the series heads to the Gateway of the West, only on the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. Hello Drift fans and welcome to Gateway Motorsports Park, playing host to round 6 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. I'm Jared DeAnda. Well, it's great to be back in the Midwest. This is a new venue for us. It's fast and of course it's furious. We've had 5 previous rounds and 4 previous winners. Let's go back to Long Beach. FREDRIC, the Norwegian hammer AASBO, gets the win. Chris FORSBERG wins in Orlando, that's round 2. Christos Blush wins round 3 at the iconic track Atlanta. And then James Deane, our defending champion, wins both in New Jersey and in Seattle. Who's going to win here? Well, we're about to find out. All our top 5 points leaders made it into the top 16, but now we move on to the Great 8. Before we go to head-to-head action, though, I throw it to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. Now, once again, we're down here on the course at Gateway Motorsports Park, a brand new track, and like Irwindale and Long Beach, this is going to set some records. It's the fastest, it's the most technical, and it has a huge right-hand sweeper where drivers have a hard time staying on course. And let's not forget about the power alley or these S's behind me, which make this track very dynamic and expecting us to see a lot of action here tonight. But before we get to that, let's talk to some of our top drivers and see what they think about this course here at Gateway.
For me personally as a driver, it's really cool to come to a new track and challenge yourself on, new surface, new transitions, new edges. It's really fun, and we're going to have a new crowd this weekend, so it's going to be really exciting to see the new people come.
With the St. Louis round being on a really flat, open road course, I think I'm going to feel right at home. It's going to remind me of the Gottlieb tracks back in Europe, and I'm pretty stoked going there. The real trick is your timing into the last and final turn. You don't want to do it too late. You're going to wash off the track on the left side. You don't want to do it too early because that means you're going to end up too shallow. So your timing with all of the transitions, and especially the last one, is what's going to make or break your run at this track.
For me, I come down the straightaway and roll all the way up to 6th gear, the high gear. We're going about 85 miles an hour through some of these sections, so it's going really fast. Clutch kick initiation through the inner clip number 1. And you gotta watch out because there's real steep berms there, so you gotta run nice and tight, but not to bump them because it can straighten your car out. Rotate back through real quick, hit inner clip number 2, and stand on 100% throttle all the way through the right-hander, transfer to the outer touch and go all the way through that left-hander, still foot through the floor, 100% throttle, passing by inner clip number 3, transition back through, and that's the second decel zone as you enter into that last outer zone all the way around the outside. And that last turn is almost the size of the Seattle bank. So to add that to the end of a run, it's pretty intense.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Ryan, a lot has happened prior to this bracket here. The Grade 8 is established, but we had qualifying 32, 16, and now our first battle of the Grade 8. FREDRIC AASBO going against Chris FORSBERG. AASBO, our #1 qualifier. Chris FORSBERG qualifying 9th. 4 championships between them. AASBO with 1, FORSBERG with 3.
Brand new track for everybody, not a lot of data, and a battle of the champions here. Here we go, FREDRIC AASBO, Chris FORSBERG.
Both those guys initiating at the same point. Remember, this very fast track, it eats up tires, and quickly they get to speed. A separation here between AASBO and FORSBERG.
Hitting that second inside clip, now reaching out to this final outside zone. Look at FORSBERG closing the door, but AASBO on that very wide line as he comes through the finish line here, and the first half is over.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Riding with AASBO AASBO. You can see FORSBERG trying to play catch up here. FORSBERG getting into the rumble strips. AASBO keeping it really tight. Now let's alternate the order. FORSBERG out front. AASBO in the chase position.
Judges asking for a nice early initiation, back on throttle, and then swinging through those first and second inside clips.
FORSBERG initiates at the right point on that inside clip, really tight. AASBO center punches it. Now going through that power alley, let's transition into the front clip, and then they set sail for that big outside zone. AASBO closing the gap there on FORSBERG.
And you can see FORSBERG, nice wide line here. FREDRIC AASBO keeping it close. A pretty tight battle overall between these two champions, and you can see just how hard it is to drive in the chase position.
All right, now let's go to the judges. Which way is the needle going to go? Who's advancing on to the Final Four? And 2-1, it's FREDRIC AASBO.
We did a pretty strong qualifying run, quite good angle, but he was right there on my door the whole way. Now for my chase, I stuck it to him, made it all the way through without any big mistakes, and it was enough for us to move on here today.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Air Force, aim high. And by the Formula Drift app. Download the FD app in the iOS or Android store now.
Welcome back, drifting fans. The party continues, and especially for that Werthouse Drift team. It's an all Werthouse Drift team party on track. James Deane, Peter Visick. They are our next battle. These guys have driven together all across the globe. James Deane, the defending champion, qualifying 5th. Peter Visick qualifying 13th, Ryan.
And Peter Visick has not got the better of James Deane yet this season, though he does have a win underneath his belt. Will this be the event here that he takes out James Deane? Here we go.
James Deane initiates strong out front. Remember, he is leading. The vehicles look very similar, but they are not. As Peter Visick applies the pressure there, you see James Deane straining out. James Deane looks like he is broken. Peter Visick does not need to drift past him because the lead car shuts down, but he does it anyways. Ryan.
Well, let's take a look at what happens here. This is certainly going to be a mechanical. It's just going to be a question of what was it with regards to James Deane. You can see him shutting it down there. Visick knows the run is over, but he drifts on by, and it does look like it is a motor problem.
Well, when the hood is popped on the track, the kitty litter is out. That's never a good sign. James the Machine Deane's weekend is over. That means Peter Visick will get the bye run and advance on to the Final Four. You know, smiling right now, though, Ryan, is FREDRIC AASBO trying to close that gap on the defending champion. And there it is. Visick gets the win.
So we initiate simply transition, and I noticed that the James is not moving as fast as he's supposed to. The next transition, and he is constantly slowing down and then straight. Hopefully we'll manage to give a good show with Freddie.
Let's move on to our next battle. It's all Falcon Tire, teal and blue. Matt Field qualifying 2nd in that Wish Falcon Tires Corvette, and Justin Pollock behind the wheel of the Ford Mustang. Falcon Tire, Roush Performance Ford Mustang to be exact.
Well, both of these drivers have been on an absolute tear this year. Matt Field's going to start things off. Early initiation there, gets back on throttle at 83.6 miles per hour.
You can see both of them getting into the rumble strip using all of the track, and this track is a tire-eating machine. Some separation here to see if Justin Pollock can close the gap. You can see him throw some more angle at it, take some out of it as they power through this big sweeper approaching that finish line.
Well, Pollock closing the door towards the end, but Field getting the better of the in-between here. You can see Pollock trying to gain some proximity, but Matt Field keeping him at bay.
Justin Pollock will now be out front. Matt Field in that chase position through the start chicane. The point of no return. Both of them initiating at the same time. Approaching that first front clip. Justin Pollock wraps it around, and there goes Matt Field.
Matt Field keeping them close here as they get out to that outside touch and go. Now coming into the inside clip and the final outside zone. Field on the attack, closing the door, but look at Justin Pollock. Very wide line being drawn towards the finish line.
Yeah, Justin Pollock really getting to the edge of that course, almost flirting with the dirt there as Matt Field. You can see him working that e-brake, massaging it into that outer zone. Let's go to the judges, Ryan. And there you have it. It's unanimous. Matt Field is moving on.
Going against Justin Pollock, we knew it was going to be a tough battle. We are both on the best tire out there. We're both on Falcon, the same size, similar horsepower, American V8s. So we knew we had our hands full. We made a change right before our bye run, and so far it seems to be working out. I think that maybe we were underestimated just a little bit, but Justin gave it his all. So did we. We just ended up being a little bit faster, I think.
All right, here we go. Moving on next, Ken Gucci, a day one competitor, 15 years of Formula Drift, going against Chelsea Denofa, who is behind the wheel of the Ford Mustang for the second season. That BC Racing Nitto Tires Ford Performance Mustang RTR Spec 5D.
Well, here we go. Ken Gucci, nice snappy initiation, back on throttle very early here. Denofa pouring through the smoke line as both drivers lead that inside clip, come out to that outside touch and go. Look at Denofa keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, Ken Gucci with a solid lead run, but Denofa is really making his presence felt. And Ken Gucci throwing up some brown cloud. Denofa does get a little bit out of shape there going through that sweeper.
Well, both drivers with a couple little tiny mistakes. You can see here Denofa, a little bit of angle reduction there, but Gucci dropped that tire and also lost some angle in the final turn.
All right, let's alternate the positions here. Chelsea Denofa, let's see if he hits that signature three-wheel motion. We've seen it all year, but this track very fast and very aggressive is Chelsea Denofa on initiation.
Huge flick there by Denofa, and look at Gucci. He gets lost in the smoke, goes off course, and now he is left playing catch up by Denofa, who's absolutely blazing through this course.
Denofa absolutely just phased Ken Gucci. Ken Gucci, a force to be reckoned with, but right now he is front row and center watching that Nitto tire smoke being thrown in his face. You can see that front clip being taken out there by Ken Gucci. Now let's go to the judges as the sun is setting here in St. Louis, but it rises for Denofa.
We just had a battle with Ken Gucci, and I knew he was going to put the heat on me in the chase, so I chased first and just drove all the way up on him. In the inner two, I was right on him and then just got up alongside of him, gave him just enough room to transition, but we just rode right up on the inside of him again, gave him some room to transition, drove back in and stayed right on his door of the chase. And then on lead run, I just did my solid as best I could qualifying run, and it worked out great. He made a couple mistakes behind me, and I ended up getting the win.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire, driving tomorrow. By Achilles Radio, tires you can trust. And by Falcon Tires.
All right, let's go ahead and advance on a beautiful day here in St. Louis, our first time ever at Gateway Motorsports Park, and the Final Four is set. We have Chelsea Denofa, who just took out Ken Gucci, and Matt Field has to go through another Ford Mustang. Let's see how Matt Field's going to fare. He qualified second, Denofa qualified sixth, so fairly equally matched. Matt Field will lead first.
One of these two gentlemen is going to get third, and one is going to go to the finals. Big flick right there by Matt Field on the throttle through that inside clip. Denofa through the smoke line, charging to try to keep him down.
Matt Field gets out to that touch and go, then tightens it up. Chelsea Denofa getting into the rumble strip. Now they go ahead and set it on in into that outside zone. Denofa making that quick little correction. You saw Field make a correction as well as they cross the finish line.
Well, taking a look at it again, you can see Denofa trying to keep the pressure on through the smoke line. He had to cut the line a little bit through the power alley to gain proximity. Field out front with the strong, clean lead run. Now Denofa's got to do the same.
All right, well, we saw Denofa very aggressive on the lead run. He's got the clean air, and he does it once again, but Field does as well. This is an absolute all-out American horsepower V8 war.
Well, this time Denofa goes very wide on that first inside clip. I think he can sense that he might be at a disadvantage here. Big angle, but Matt Field deals with it pretty well. Denofa on that final outside turn, and Matt Field closing the door.
All right, well, as they bring it across the finish line, let's take a look here at this run. We ride with Chelsea Denofa. Watch right here, massive angle there from Denofa, really choking up Matt Field. He missed some clips, and going to the judges, Matt Field gets the win.
Guaranteed second podium of the year. That's good, but I didn't get the right one last time. So we'll see if we can do that this time.
Well, here we go, Ryan, on the other side of the Final Four bracket. Truly international affair. Our number one qualifier. Can he make it a perfect event? And then he's going against Peter Visick. So it's Norway versus Poland.
Big opportunity here for FREDRIC AASBO to peel away some points from James Deane against his own teammate, Peter Visick.
All right, going into that first front clip, you can see AASBO. He's just been very fluid as Visick gets into the rumble strip, takes out that Black Magic extreme clipping point. He is going rumble to rumble here, Ryan. Oh, look at that. Rumble to the side of the Corolla.
Visick very aggressive, overly aggressive here, causing some mistakes in the chase position, both on inside clip 1 and through inside clip 2. Here it is as he transitions right here into that inside clip, goes up on the banking, and might be giving the edge to FREDRIC AASBO in the lead.
Well said. Peter Visick definitely knows what's at stake here. With James Deane, his Wordhouse Falcon Tire teammate, being knocked out, AASBO could gain a lot of ground with gaining a lot of points.
Big flick right there by Peter Visick. He's got to push here. AASBO keeping back. He knows that Visick made some mistakes, but keeping the pressure on through the power alley here. Now through that final inside clip and to the outer zone.
AASBO cutting through that Falcon Tire smoke, that rock Star energy drink. Next, entire Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback could get the victory here, Ryan.
Well, we see Visek there obviously having the advantage in the lead position with the grip side of things, pulling a gap on FREDRIC AASBO, but AASBO closing it towards the end. Who's it going to be?
One more time. So lead versus lead, chase versus chase. The judges say, and it's unanimous. Let's see him run again. FREDRIC AASBO will lead once again. Can he make it a perfect event? He was your #1 qualifier. Both of them initiated aggressively.
Nice job right there by AASBO getting that first and second inside clip. Better this time by Visek, but still a little bit tight on that second inside clip.
Let's go ahead and bring it into that outside zone. A lot of corrections on that first run, but now they are both set it and forget it into that final finish line.
Visek much cleaner this time around. That one little mistake on that inside clip, and you can see right there, keeping the pressure on AASBO on that outside zone. Now both drivers will switch it up. AASBO goes to the chase, Visek goes to the lead.
All right, let's see how Visek handles that clean air. He did really well on that first battle, but AASBO knows what he's working with here in St. Louis.
AASBO tucking behind, keeping it closer this time around, but Visek blasting through that outside touch and go, and now into the second inside clip.
Transition into this final sweepers. AASBO gonna put an exclamation point on it. Well, Visek seems to be doing a great job out front. Here comes AASBO. Ryan, which way is the needle going?
Another very close battle. It's gonna come down to a few small things, or possibly another one more time.
All right, let's go to the judges. Let's go one more time. So we are seeing two one more time battles against these gladiators of the sport. AASBO will lead once again. Peter Visek will give chase.
Still not a clear-cut winner. Somebody's got to do something here. Push a little bit harder. This time AASBO out front. Visek again tight on that second inside clip. And now going to that outside zone is AASBO, but Visek through the smoke line.
Wow, Visek was really tucked into that smoke for quite a while. How he is cutting through it and able to see the track is beyond me. You saw him make a quick correction as he dipped out of that smoke there as well, Ryan.
Well, this time AASBO able to pull a little bit more of a gap while maintaining a nice wide line and hitting all the inside clips.
Well, now we see Peter Visek out front for not the first, not the second, but the third time. This is the second one more time battle. Are we gonna get a winner?
Well, Visek starts off a bit wide there on that first inside clip. Much better there. This time AASBO's tight. But now that we've seen the first run, we're doing the comparison to the second. Visek looking strong out front, but here comes AASBO to close the door through the final turn.
Oh, and Visek goes off course. He throws some dirt in the face of AASBO, and AASBO was really sticking it to Visek.
Was this enough to give the judges an edge to one driver over the other? Visek, a critical mistake there towards the end. Let's go to the scorecards.
And AASBO gets the win.
This was maybe my hardest fought battle ever. I mean, one more times against Peter Visek. He was on fire. We're in uncharted territory when it comes to the setup on the car right now. We have so much grip dialed in, and it took every little bit of it to beat Peter here today.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By NOS Energy Drink with Complex 6 for high performance energy and enhanced mental focus. And by Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts.
Welcome back to the Gateway of the West, the St. Louis Arch just across the Mississippi River, and a new venue for us, Gateway Motorsports Park. Some new fans, some old fans, give me some of it. FREDRIC AASBO, Matt Field, the final is set. Look at that, Ryan, #1 and #2 qualifier. Who's gonna get the win? Well, we already know Chelsea Dofa's got third.
Well, both drivers with huge opportunities here. AASBO to get closer to James Deane, and Matt Field to take home his first event win of the year.
All right, past that front clip, transitioning into the power alley. One more front clip, and then they're going on into that aggressive outside zone.
AASBO through that second inside clip. Oh, here comes Field pushing a little bit too hard. He goes off course. Parts all over the place. AASBO stays in it and finishes the drift, but what happened there after the second inside clip?
Matt Field just gets aggressive there on the transition. You know what? Wreckers are checkers. That's the way Matt Field, the beast from the Bay, likes to do it. He has sans that front bumper now, and he is ready to do battle.
Well, let's see what happens here on the final run. Can Matt Field pull it out, or will the mistake be too much? AASBO keeping the pressure tight as Field wraps through that second inside clip.
Well, with Matt Field, as you said, Ryan, making that mistake on the first run, AASBO not giving an inactive chase at all. He's still making his presence felt.
Both drivers have one turn to go here as AASBO tightens it up towards the end against Matt Field in the finals.
You can see AASBO shining his lights on the door of that Wish Falcon Tires Corvette, but the Rockstar Energy Drink Nexen Tires Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback gets the win.
And with that, FREDRIC AASBO is your winner, Matt Field in second place, and Chelsea Denofa in third.
Well, an absolutely awesome event here at Gateway Motorsports Park for the first time ever here at this venue. The fans were awesome and the driving even better. This is how the podium ended up. Chelsea Denofa gets his first ever podium behind the wheel of a Ford Mustang. Matt Field gets second place, and FREDRIC AASBO for the second time this year gets a win. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner, FREDRIC AASBO. Now, FREDRIC, coming into this round, a brand new one. James Deane had 2 wins, looked like he was about to walk away. You came in, laid down the hammer, figuratively and literally. You closed it to 46 points. We are in a tight championship chase now.
Oh my God, it's like it's scripted, right? James going out early, we're out here trying to do a good job, and these guys are just racing us through the track. So we're adding grip as we go each and every round. We're in uncharted territory with the car. It's lightning quick right now, and that's what we needed today to get away with this win.
FREDRIC AASBO, your winner here, the heart of a true champion. We've got a battle as we head now south to Texas. Round 7 of the Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship. For everybody at CBS and Jared DeAnda, I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
And the biggest trophy is the Blackmagic Championship Cup powered by Gumout. James Deane still leads the pack, but only by 30 points against FREDRIC AASBO. Auto manufacturer standings: Toyota out front, Ford in second, Chevy in third. And finally, Tire Manufacturers Championship. Falcon Tires with 919, Nexen 848, and Achilles Tire with 590. Thanks for joining us here at Gateway Motorsports Park. Be sure to join us at round 7 of 8 of the Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship in the Lone Star State. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.